if you are watching this video to get insights and tips and tricks to fish High Rock Lake, you are sorely mistaken. Well, welcome to High Rock Lake, the scene of my, how many BFLs have I fished this season? 4, 5, I don't know. It's the scene of my next one, I know that. Regardless of what happens, this is one of my favorite fisheries in the state. Actually, probably the favorite, just because it has such great quality fish in it. Really does. And you know, I've got a little history here, some good, some bad. Truthfully though, I came back last weekend and even yesterday afternoon for a few hours, and I fished some of that history. Didn't do much. So we're gonna have to start from scratch today, try to find a new pattern, try to find something that'll work and that'll hold, try to find a winning pattern. Yeah, we're in this, June can be a little bit difficult because fish are post-spawn. Sometimes they want to eat, sometimes they don't. One thing I have found on High Rock is like it's almost like there's schools of fish, and they move in different parts of the lake, and you can fish and fish and fish and fish and not find anything, and then roll into one pocket or one corner or one offshore spot, and you know they're there. And every time I've done good here, I have found fish like that, you know, on isolated pieces of cover, on offshore rock piles, that kind of thing, or brush piles. And so, you know, we're going to start all over today, try to find a pattern. This is a great fishery if you understand it. I understand the offshore piece. I just don't know if they're fully offshore yet everywhere on the lake. So we're going to find out. Appreciate you watching. Let's see what happens. Well, good gracious, that didn't take long. That didn't take long at all. Now, it ain't no big fish, but still. I mean, put the trolling motor down, catch one, you can't complain. Caught this one on a top secret crankbait. Can't tell you about. That's not even a keeper. Let's put him on the board just to see. I'm pretty dang sure this fish is 13. I tell you what, 14 on the money, so we got a keeper off the bat. But he's not going to do nothing for us. You're not going to win. You're not going to win no tournament. Good gracious. You're not going to win any tournaments with this guy, but still, good to get bit. All right, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It freaking sucks. I haven't had a bite in 3 hours. Count them. 1, 2, 3. 3 hours without a bite. So, I've done stuff. I stayed shallow a long time this morning. It's 9 o'clock now. I just can't seem to locate fish that want to eat. I'm seeing all kinds of activity. There's bait everywhere. I'm seeing all kinds of activity on live scope, that things that look like bass, predatory fish. I'm seeing fish break the surface, but I just can't get bit. I don't know if it's where I am or what I'm doing. I've thrown the drop shot, I've thrown the shaky head, I've thrown all the things I've typically gotten bit on out here. Can't even get a sniff on like a big worm or anything. So I got a couple of more presentations to try. One of those being fishing extremely slow with the Carolina rig. So we're going to do that here in a little bit. But it's a struggle so far. It's a struggle. So we're going to keep grinding, keep pounding, see what happens. First bite in a while, a little 12-incher or so. Oh, please be a bass. Now that's what I'm talking about, boys. Good gracious. Okay. Okay. It's amazing what one fish can do for you. Fellas, that's the fish right there. That's the kind we're looking for. You understand what I'm saying right now? This is why High Rock's my favorite lake. I've had one bite since 6 o'clock this morning. It's like 11 o'clock now. I come out here in 20 foot of water and I pluck one. This is awesome. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh man. Ooh, y'all smell that? Smell it. Just sniff your screen real quick. See if you can smell what I smell. All right. Get out of here. Starting to get worried. Truthfully, I still am. I mean, one's luck. Two is a pattern. Caught that one on a big worm. And I'm very low on these big worms. So I'm gonna have to, if I catch another one on, I'm gonna have to make a supply run. Oh my gosh, it's been like 4 hours. Finally caught one. Oh my, nothing is coming easy today, I can promise you that. It's brutal out here. I don't know how all these boys are catching 4, 5, 6 pounders. I don't know where they are. Whew. It feels good to get bit, I guess. The old trick worm comes through again, but I've been throwing it all day. I don't know if it's what I'm throwing or where I'm throwing it at. It's pretty brutal right now for me. I think that's my 4th or 5th fish today. And maybe my 3rd keeper, 2nd keeper, 3rd keeper. Oh my gosh, it's tough, it's tough, it's tough, it's tough, it's tough. So, but if I can analyze that, that's kind of an offshore fish there. You can't see because the camera's pointing the wrong way, but I'm about, oh, I don't know, 40 yards off the bank, pointing out. That fish came off that point, off of that laydown. And then the other fish, my best fish of the day, that fish come out of 20 foot of water off of some rock. It's just this random stuff. I can't like put anything together. There's no rhyme or reason for anything. Junk fishing. I mean, look how many rods I got out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 11 or 12. So anyway, it's like 2:30. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna fish today. I would like to try, I mean, I would like to be able to try to find a pattern. It's just, I don't know if there is a pattern. I've done a little bit of everything today, and there's no kind of consistency. So that's that, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna call that a day. It wasn't terrible, but it was pretty close. And we caught some fish. We just didn't catch a lot of fish. And the biggest thing is we couldn't find any real pattern today. You know, couldn't say that, yep, creek mouths, or yep, the first few docks in every little creek arm, or 18 foot of water on a big worm. You know, we can't say any of that. So gonna kind of have to start over again tomorrow. I'm tired. I've been out here at 10 hours. I'm gonna head back to the hotel, you know, soak it all in, try to come up with a better game plan tomorrow. And maybe they'll be biting tomorrow. I did look at the website and I saw they're not pulling any water right now. So the dam is almost shut off. It's like at its lowest 2,800, whatever, however they measure it, gallons per whatever. So it's not, they're not pulling water, which anytime that dam is open, the bite here is always better. So we're gonna go back, figure some things out, maybe try to figure out how to fish a little slower, and to finesse these fish into biting. We'll see what happens. See you tomorrow morning. It is incredibly important for me to find some confidence today. I just need to catch a few fish a certain way for me to be able to establish a pattern. I've got a Carolina rig tied on. I am not a Carolina rig kind of guy. In fact, I wouldn't say I hate throwing it, but my success with it, like I could count all the fish I've ever caught on a Carolina rig on one hand. I just don't throw it a lot. But I felt like that's what I kind of probably needed to throw yesterday. Fish were just in a finicky mood and I just couldn't get bit. Just that slow presentation might have done better. So we're gonna throw it today. I'm not gonna try to force an offshore bite, but that's what my strength is. So I wanna fish my strengths. At the same time, if it's not there, it's not there. Talked to a couple other guys yesterday. Seemed to be fishing tough for them as well. I don't think they're pulling water, but at the same time, the lake level did drop overnight a little bit. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see if maybe just that small change in lake level pushes these fish off a little bit, and maybe get some to eat. So let's go see if we can catch a couple. I don't know how long I'm gonna fish today. I'm either gonna fish until 1, I feel comfortable, or 2, it's about 2 o'clock. I don't want to fish a whole long day today. Give myself plenty of time to get ready for tomorrow. And that's that. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so it's like 11:30 and I haven't had a bite all day long. So you haven't seen any action because there is no action. It is freaking brutal, man. I mean, it's fairly disheartening. I mean, I've been all over the lake, really. No, really haven't. I haven't been up towards the river. Kind of leaving it, you know, as a Hail Mary for tomorrow. Golly, I just cannot buy a bite. No matter what I do, no matter how I do it. It's just tough. And the sad thing is, you know that somebody's catching them. Like, there's just been too many big fish caught around here for there not to be a bite of some kind, and I just can't get clued in on it. So, I don't know, it sucks. I'm gonna keep grinding a little while longer though. Well, that's gonna do it. I've had all I can take today. I mean, it has been brutal. If you are watching this video to get insights and tips and tricks to fish High Rock Lake, you are sorely mistaken. Man, it's just been brutally tough on me today. And I know somebody somewhere is just whacking them. So, but I can't get bit no matter what I do, shallow, deep, in a creek, main lake. Literally, I'm dead serious. Not one bite today. And that's fairly disheartening. Now, I'm thinking back on all of my tournaments. I've never done good in a tournament when I didn't have at least one decent practice. And so it's not looking good for me. Good news is there's no pressure now. Like there's no pressure on me tomorrow. Like I can just go fish free, chill out, just be carefree. So I don't know. I wish I had some insightful information to tell you, but honestly, I have no idea what's going on out here. I mean, I kind of feel like it's a postponed funk that's going on. But I mean, we're really at the beginning of summer. So honestly, these fish should be out here on these main lake points and rock piles and deep brush, and they might be. I just can't get them to bite. And I fished some of my good stuff today, like the stuff you shouldn't be fishing the day before a tournament. I fished it just to see. And I just couldn't get bit no matter where I went. That's a little disheartening, but you know, we'll see what tomorrow brings. I have no idea what I'm gonna do tomorrow. No idea. But we're gonna give it all we got and fish fun tomorrow. It's just a fun day on the water. And if I do poorly, I'm expecting to do poorly. But if I do good, I guess what I'm trying to say is expect the worst, but hope for the best. All right. That's all I got to say. This is my favorite lake in the state.
Is it real?
Yes, but we have a love-hate relationship. That's all I can really say.
You mean you don't like Car Lake?
I love Car Lake. You can catch good numbers on Car, but quality here is better. Good. But sometimes they just don't want to eat for me. So we'll see what the day brings. Good luck to you. All right, look out. Come on, baby. Back up. Don't shake too hard. Catfish. God
oh my
bless.
goodness.
Felt like a
Felt like a good one, I know. Line all slimed up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give you a tip too. If that ever happens to you, you need to strip off as much line as you need to strip off like 10 foot, because what happens when they slime it all up, it's a smell on it.
Right.
And I don't think the bass like that smell, and so I get rid of everything. I cut the line off. I put a new bait on, a new jig on, and everything.
Right?
That smell. There's just something about it. So. Help you out a little bit. All the rocks are this way.
Okay.
So that big long point. Okay. You see that riprap? That riprap comes way out.
Oh, does it?
So that's what we're kind of fishing here.
Okay.
Rocks that come way out.
I knew it was something. That's a rock.
Get it? If you can't get it, I got a lure knocker.
We probably. I'm thinking we just got to go past it on.
You go slide this down the end of your line. And it'll put a thing on it. And it'll make sure you put it on your line, then clip it.
I did it. Oh, yeah.
Get it?
Yep.
I think it'll save you a lot of money.
I see.
These next couple of stops, gonna be real quick. Just hit them and quit them. They're there, they're not, they're not. Need one fish. I gotta get the points. If I zero, I won't make the region. I've gotta get the points. There we go.
That one? Oh. Nice. Good one?
It's probably a doggone catfish. The way it's feeling is like dead weight.
We digging.
That's a catfish.
Big ass kid. Dang.
That is a
flathead.
That is a giant. A giant
Big old flathead. Big old ass flathead.
Yep. It's been the story. I swear I know how to fish this lake. I swear I do. I just can't get bit.
You sure? No, I'm messing with you.
I've got three top 10 BFL finishes, including a second on this lake. All three have been on this lake. So I know how to fish it. I can't get bit.
You can get bit. You can get bit, man.
Last cast. The whole season rides on this cast.
No, it don't. I'm gonna make sure I'm out your way.
So yeah, that just happened. I just zeroed on High Rock Lake, and man, it's a tough pill to swallow. It is a tough pill to swallow. I can't tell you what it feels like. Like, I can't explain it accurately enough. Like, I can't tell you how bad it feels to put so much time, effort, and work into it and have nothing to show for it. But there's a lot to unpack here. We got a few questions to ask ourselves, or a few things to look at, I should say. But the very first thing we got to look at, first question I got to ask myself is, how and why did I zero? And looking back at the footage, looking back at and rethinking things through my mind, not just on tournament day, but during practice, man, I was fishing unproductive water all day long. And the real problem was I fished history. I fished places where I thought I could get bit. I fished places where I had previously, in prior years, caught quality fish. And it didn't work. It did not work. History burnt me. I don't think I was ever around any kind of active fish that were in a feeding mood. I really don't. I'll go ahead and tell you, I fished Main Lake. I fished Main Lake points and rocks and stuff that just looks really good on the map. I fished just stuff that I had, all Main Lake stuff. Every time I went into a creek, I couldn't never get bit. Every time I went shallow, I couldn't never get bit. Had no confidence in any of that stuff. So in this event, I fished history, and history burnt me. So it was truly, looking back, it has been a learning experience. I had no plan B. I definitely didn't have a plan C or D. I had my mind made up that these fish should be offshore this time of year, and they flat out weren't. The worst thing that happened to me, honestly, was when I caught that fish was a little over 3 pounds. That 3-pounder, you know, in 20 foot of water at about 11 o'clock on Thursday. And it gave me confidence. It was like, okay, I know this is not on fire right now, but it's coming. These fish are coming. That fish is not going to be out there for no reason. They're coming. And they never came. They never came. Looking back, I don't know. I don't know where they're winning. I don't know where all these guys are catching their big quality fish from, but they're not. I couldn't find them offshore on Main Lake. I can tell you that right now. I am by no means saying the lake is fishing bad. Look at the results. It took 16 pounds to get in the top 10. That's crazy. That's really, really phenomenal. That is a phenomenal stat. The other stat you need to look at is there's 47 anglers, pros or boaters, that zeroed. And that's a substantial percentage. I think it's around 50 boaters, 47, 50, something like that, you know, zeroed. And that's a substantial percentage out of 160 boat field. So it seems like either you were dialed in on these fish and you knew what the deal was and you knew how to catch them, or you had no clue. And I was just one of the ones that had no clue. I couldn't get bit. I had no confidence to do anything else other than fish history, and it burnt me. A lot of times I think us anglers learn more from our failures than our successes, and that's definitely what has happened. Fishing history a lot of times will help you. Did not help me this time. It burnt me bad. The second thing we need to look at here is I am now in big time trouble in the point standings in North Carolina. In that division, I was sitting in 35th, I think, before this event. Now, after I've zeroed, I've moved all the way down to 71st, and I'm 90 points out of the top 45. And that puts me making the regional championship on Lake Murray at real jeopardy. And the odds of that happening are slim to none, considering our super tournament, which is our last event of the year, is in September. It's on Lake Wiley. It's a tough fishery in September. It's a place I've never been my entire life, and I'm 90 points out, you know, from the top 45. So the odds of me making it now are slim to none. That brings me to my third thing I wanted to talk about today was, we've got to forget this. We've got to put it behind us and move beyond it really, really quick. And I mean really quick, because in a matter of hours, yes, hours, you've got to pack up, drive 3 hours west, and get back on that same lake, because the Piedmont division is going to be there this coming Saturday. And without a doubt, this is the most important tournament of my year now, for multiple reasons. Number one, my chances of making the regional championship in the North Carolina division are all but shot. I mean, it's got to be like less than 10% of chance of me making it. So that leaves me in the Piedmont division, hoping to qualify for the Potomac River. The thing here, though, is I'm like in 70 some odd place in the Piedmont division, so back's against the wall there. We have 3 tournaments left in the Piedmont division. High Rock, James River, and then the super tournament on Carr. I feel like on Carr I can do okay and I can get good quality points. I feel okay there. I say that now, who knows. And then on the James River, there's a 12-inch limit there, and to be sure I can go there and at least catch a couple of 12 inchers and get points there, right? So that leaves me for High Rock. I mean, this weekend on a fishery that I just zeroed at. If I go back there and I zero again, or even if I just weigh in 1 fish or 2 fish or whatever and finish 100th place, that's not going to move me up the point standings. I mean, this tournament, no doubt, my most important one of the year until you make it to a regional championship. Then, you know, that one will be the most important. But for now, without a doubt, this tournament that's going to happen in 4 days, it's Monday night, like 7:30. This tournament that is going to happen 5 days from now, It's the most important one of my year. So it's incredibly important that me as an angler, and you too, you're probably, you've been in a situation like this. If you're watching this video, you're a tournament angler too, and you know this feeling. You know what it's like to have to forget about what just happened, turn around, get back out, get back on the saddle, and figure it out. So that's what's got to happen. I've got to forget about what just happened, learn from it. You know what? Let me change my phrasing there. You don't need to forget what just happened. You don't need to forget what you just did or how you just zeroed. You need to learn from it. Forget the actual idea that you had a horrible tournament, but learn from, your failures. Get back out there and do something different. And so that's what I've got to do. That's what I've got to do this week. When I get back out there for practice, come Saturday when my boat number's called and I've got to run up that lake, we've got to make better decisions. We got to have better game plans, because again, this weekend it is the most important tournament of the year. High Rock has been feast or famine for me. I have fished 7 BFLs there. 3 of those events I've caught 1 fish. 3 of those events I've have top 10 finishes, and now 1 I've zeroed. This is the 3rd time I've zeroed since I started, and the first time since 2018, I think. Yeah. So it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. More than likely, if you're watching this, you've zeroed before. It's a terrible feeling, and it's one I hope I don't ever have to feel again. It really is. But I'm not crying over spilled milk. We don't have time for that. We've got to look past it and move on. It's over now. I'm in the situation I'm in with the points and everything in the North Carolina division. It sucks. But we can learn from it. We can move on from it. And I'm going to end it with this. I think what might have happened is I got served a big piece of humble pie, And I think every once in a while we all need a big piece of that to kind of remember it ain't always easy out there, and be thankful for the good days and cherish those days. And so yeah, I had a big piece of humble pie, and that's okay. That's okay. We'll get back out there. We'll see how things go. Very important tournament this weekend on High Rock. I'll be right back out there trying to figure things out. Appreciate you guys watching. If you were hoping to see this video and get tips and tricks and hopefully some help for this Piedmont Division tournament coming up, can't help you much, man. That's why I'm going to go ahead and post it. It's because there's nothing you see on this video that's going to help you. Maybe you can see where not to fish, but I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm out of here. It's getting late. I'm going to go grab some dinner and probably look at the Navionics charts for High Rock to see maybe there's something out there I'm missing. So anyway, see you later.